Good afternoon. I'd like to call the September 11th School Board of Alachua County Budget, Final Budget and Millage Meeting to order. If you all would please stand with me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We now before we adopt our agenda, there is an item on there, the general purpose financial statements and related cost reports. What's the status of that, Mr. Andrew? I was asking because we hadn't gotten any backup for that.
Yes, ma'am. On the AFR, I submitted a request to the Department of Education for an extension of the deadline, and we received back this afternoon from Ms. Pridgeon a letter that has given us an extension due to the emergency and unusual circumstances of Hurricane Idalia to extend the submission until September 25th of 2023. And
Okay,
that's
so-
pursuant to Rule 6A-1.0071, parentheses 4.
All right, so we're going to pull that from today's agenda is what I'm asking, correct?
Yes,
'Cause this,
ma'am.
we haven't had that to review. Okay, so.
If you would, please pull that.
Okay, so on your printed agenda, the first item under the public hearing, we're going to pull that off, and we'll just have the public hearing of our millage and trim items that Mr. Burkett and Ms. Ford will take. So, all right. So can I get a motion to approve our agenda as modified?
So moved.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rockwell, for the motion. Second by Ms. McGraw is there any other discussion or comments or modifications needed? Anybody on the phone, Mr. Foote? Nobody on the phone? All in favor of approving our agenda as modified? Aye, opposed? Okay, all right, thank you. So I'm going to turn it over to you all, Mr. Burkett.
Thank you, Madam Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Andrew. It's our privilege to be able to bring to you today the final process of approving our budget for the 23-24 fiscal year. I do want to apologize to the board in not getting these materials to you earlier. This is not our norm, and it's just there's been some very unusual circumstances that have taken place for a period, and it's tied to staff turnover. We had one staff member who was responsible for a large area that went on family medical leave and then had job abandonment, and going through that process has taken time. And so there was a lot of work that was undone and a lot of work that was not done correctly. And there's a number of other things that staff where everybody's trying to catch up. So we've been pushing really hard to get all that information caught up, and so that we have accurate financial reports and accurate budget numbers. Once again, we apologize for that, and our goal is not to continue that, obviously. Okay, with that said, we're at, you see on this timeline that we've seen, I guess it's the third time, that we're at the end of the process, but it's really the beginning of the budget process, because it's just the start of enacting that budget. Even though we have legislative authority to operate from July 1 to this period with an unapproved budget. So at this point, we have to have an approved budget to continue. You need a taller clinic scan here. So we're at that point now on Monday 11th. Moving on, we still need to, in this final hearing, talk about rollback millage rates. And also, this is the second hearing where the board will actually take action and vote after the public hearing on the budget. Now, rollback millage rate is that millage that, when applied to the new tax roll, generates the same amount of revenue as it did in the prior year. So looking at our rates, You can see our total rollback rate for this year is 5.958. Our actual millage that we're proposing is 6.32 mills. Last year's rate was 6.498, so our new millage is slightly less than our millage was last year, but the rollback rate obviously is higher, and that rate is computed as a percentage change. The rollback is 7.96%. So it's a 9.6% over the rollback when you calculate our new millage rate for 23-24. This is a slide I think we presented once before with the history of historical numbers of millage, and you can see this year there's a slight decrease in actual millages for next year. Okay, and this is just showing now our actual, this is comparing our proposed rates to last year's actual rates. And you can see there's a 1.02% decrease in actual, not 7.96 increase over rollback, but it's actually over actual millage rates of 1.02% decrease. Now the impact that has on a homeowner, and you've seen this slide before, a house assessed at taxable assessment of $200,000 with a homestead will realize about a $27.04 increase in their property taxes for next year, and that's strictly based on the assessment increase, which is capped at 3%, or the CPI, whatever is less. This year the CPI is 8%, so obviously the 3% is what that assessment went up. So even though our millages went down a little bit because their assessment would have gone up 3%, that causes a little change in the actual taxes they pay. Okay, this is the total of all funds for, compared to the approved budget on 8/1 to now. And let me explain some of the differences, because there are some pretty large differences. In the general fund, that $3.98 million increase is a net number of taking categoricals that are rolled into our fund balance and appropriating those into expense accounts. Plus, we had about $3.5 million of revenue that had to be posted after that budget was approved on August 1st. There was $1 million, almost $1 million in Medicaid reimbursement. There was over $1 million transfer that had to be completed, and interest had to be posted, updated, and it was approximately $1 million in interest. So that's in the operating fund is what's taking place, is giving that new total. In special revenue funds, that is strictly based on including internal accounts. 2.6 million of that was internal accounts, and the balance was special revenue. Internal accounts and what else? There was two entries we talked about, but more than half of it was because we're including internal accounts in the budget this year. That was not done last year, but we are doing it this year because that was one audit concern last year that was done.
Change in GASB, correct? Is the reason why we're including that, correct? We're including the internal accounts this year because of a change in GASB, the change in the accounting standard. Right.
Exactly. The $9 million in capital outlay does not have any impact on available funds. We received a lot of invoices in June that did not get processed, in July, that did not get processed before August 1st or before we were pulling all the numbers together. So all those invoices had to be paid. Now that money was encumbered, like I say, in the prior year, so that did not affect the available balance in capital outlay. So that was a $9 million decrease. And then in internal service, $3.6 million was every year we have to post as an accounting entry for anticipated claims paid, and that's a liability on the balance sheet. So we have to book that to expense and booked it in the balance sheet. So that's the change in internal service. That's our. This is the first year that we've actually included internal service funds in our budget, and that's our self-insurance program. And most districts now are pulling that into their budget files and reporting in this budget. Okay.
Can I ask you a question? You said the 3.6 million was unpaid claims, or is that where we're estimated claims that we're projecting?
Estimated claims payable.
Okay.
So that goes in as a liability and is booked to expense.
Right. Wow. The health insurance. Whew. So we're expecting, increasing our reserve by the $3.6 million because we're expecting health insurance claims to.
Hopefully that'll be less, but yes, that's what we're anticipating.
Yeah,
Okay. Next. Okay, at this point, I'd like to turn it back over to you, Madam Chair, and open it for public input.
Thank you, Mr. Burkett. Do we have anyone on the phone? Anyone in the auditorium would like to speak now? You may come. All right, any board members have any questions or any comments?
I just have one comment again. Mr. Burkett, thank you all so much again for your hard work on this. I know coming in, trying to look at what was and where we are now, I appreciate all of the work that you've done, and I think we're at a good place. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I don't have anything else. I think you can go forward if you're ready.
Of course, I can't take all the credit for the good work going through this. Ms. Ford sitting here is, and Ms. Freeze and the Finance Department are two very key components. Okay, what we're going to do now is the same thing we did in the previous meeting. We're going to approve two resolutions. The first one is going to be the millage resolution, and the second one will be the budget resolution. So on the millage resolution, it's a millage number 24-03. The superintendent recommends that the school board approve the final millage and 23-24 for the 23-24 fiscal year as presented.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Ms. McGraw, second by Dr. Rockwell. Any citizen input? Any discussion by the board? So I would only like to make the comment in case someone goes back and may watch this recording afterwards, that unlike the city and the county, the school district does not set its own millage. We have two voter-approved assessments, one voter-approved millage, but our millage is set by the state legislature as part
That's a
of.
required local effort, yes, ma'am, and then the other millage are capped by law, exactly.
Exactly. So if there's no other discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Okay, the next one is millage resolution number 24-04. Superintendent recommends that the school board approve the final budget for the 2024 fiscal year as presented.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. McGraw, second by, I heard 2 seconds. I heard Dr. Rockwell a little bit louder. Any public input? Any board discussion? I don't have any questions, but the comment that I have, I think I am the detail and where we're headed with our budget, I think needs to be a little bit clearer, especially around the federal funds. The ESSER and the ARP, we didn't get any backup on that in the tentative budget documents.
Yes, ma'am, we do have more backup for it now, and that has been one really major thing that's taken place in the federal area, is getting all that straightened out, and we feel pretty good that we've got it settled down. But that has been a major concern and a major job trying to on staff to get that straightened out.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a lot of money, and then I have yeah, it was a lot. But so my concern or my hesitancy has been, as in years past, but more so this year, with us not having received how we were planning to spend those funds, and then after receiving a few emails about some things not being paid or not being available to students, when I think we have those, and those would be like allowable use. That's concerning for me. But we have to adopt this, because if we don't, it disrupts a whole lot of other things. So I'm kind of begrudgingly, as I have in the past, we'll vote for this. So, Mr. Foote, no one's come in, right? I heard them ringing, that's why I asked. So, okay. We're ready to vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, so motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate it very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Burkett, for your work. This time of year, I know it's very tedious and very, has its share of headaches. I do get it.
It brought back a whole new meaning to sleepless nights. See, it brought back all the memories of sleepless.
Oh, yes, yes, listen, I do, I feel for you. I honestly do. I do understand. I've walked that road plenty of times. I have. We have here on our agenda here, the next thing, since we don't have the general purpose financial statements and that, we've taken that off. We're done with this, the resolutions, just those two resolutions, correct? The next thing on our agenda is board discussion, and I don't have anything. We got a call earlier today. Ms. Johnson has kind of got with each of us one-on-one about our, the Connect, I want to call it Connect Free, but that's not it. The connectivity grant, yeah, emergency connectivity, she's told us that. And we've also got the call about how the shifting of our rezoning. So I don't have anything else. Do any of my colleagues, y'all have anything else that we need to discuss? Okay. And we have here citizen input. You have any citizens would like to input? All right, if there's nothing, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Andrew.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, thank you. But just to clarify, you all did receive the news that extension?
Yes, we did.
For ECF, okay.
Yes, yeah, Ms.
Just
Johnson.
wanted to make sure.
She got with us before the meeting, and I'm excited about that, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we'll get a second call before the end of the week saying that the others will be taken care of. So,
Yes, ma'am, I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. Thank you.
all right. So if there's nothing else, we will adjourn. Thank you all.